Everyone knows Stillwater, Oklahoma is home to Oklahoma State University. But believe it or not, there's an entire town out there, you guys. While most students could go their entire academic career not straying east of Duck Street, there's lots to see and do in Stillwater, if you know where to look. Today on Pete's Corner, we're going to show you how Stillwater's 40,000 residents spend their time. We're going to start our journey across Stillwater in a quiet oasis. The Botanical Garden stands as a monument to flora from both near and far. Though run by OSU, this quiet garden attracts visitors from all over town.
Did you know that it is possible to find a quiet place to relax in Stillwater? You don't have to go too far to find peace from your busy schedule. The Botanic Garden is a great place to wind down from the daily grind. With its multiple themed gardens, there's something to interest gardeners of all types.
We have a birds, bees, and butterfly garden. We have the children's garden, which I mentioned. We have a water garden with fish and tropical plant material.
Maybe you already knew about Stillwater's sister city in Japan, but you might be surprised to find out the Botanic Garden has a special garden dedicated to the city of Kamioka. Citizens from the city will be visiting Stillwater later this year, and they'll make a stop by the garden.
They're going to demonstrate how to do how to prune the pine tree and also how to make the ladles out of bamboo. So it's a really special garden because of that sister city connection.
There's also an Oklahoma Proven Garden, which features plants hardy enough to withstand Oklahoma's weather.
Oklahoma in particular, we have a lot of heat, and we don't have automatic irrigation except in just a few beds, which means that we're dragging hoses all summer and having sprinklers out.
Students visiting for the first time are finding out there's something new around every corner.
I definitely like what they've done out here where they show different gardening styles from well-known gardening styles from different areas both in the U.S. and abroad.
And returning visitors keep coming back for a reason.
I always like to stop by, watch the koi pond for a while, and just relax out here and take walks.
It's very cozy, great place for dates, great place to just jog and enjoy. Even if you know nothing about horticulture or anything else, you can just come here and enjoy it.
The garden is funded primarily through donations, and they use volunteers throughout the year to help keep the garden growing.
You don't have to be a gardener to come out here and volunteer.
For more information, visit botanicgarden.okstate.edu.
The garden offers many events throughout the year, such as educational tours, workshops, and even yoga classes in the fall. If you're looking to branch out, you can volunteer to become an ambassador. Do you have a dog but live in a small apartment? We all know that man's best friend hates to be cooped up all day with nowhere to run off that energy. Thankfully, Stillwater has a place where you can get out and wag your tail a little bit.
Having a pet on campus is not an easy task to provide the exercise that it needs. The Stillwagon Dog Park is a hidden gem that is providing all dog owners a place to go.
What I really liked about the dog park is it's a place that I can just take Mikey. Because, living in an apartment on college or on campus or anything like that, there's really no place for him to run around and play, especially with other dogs. And the park gives a pretty big fenced-in area that allows people and him to just come and bring their dogs and run around.
Over the past year, the dog park has seen a number of improvements, but a local Eagle Scout has taken it upon himself to improve the park for years to come.
For his Eagle Scout service project, he knew he wanted to do something with the dog park and met with members of his troop and church.
And then the thought came into my mind, well, we could build benches around the dog park because people are just standing up. So we got everybody organized, and he brought some tools from work. And so just Wednesday after Wednesday for an hour, 2 hours, and a couple Saturdays for 3 or 4 hours, we just kept chopping away and put nails in and coating and finishing, and this is the final product.
He has seen this small contribution turn into something so much more than just a place to sit, but into a social outlet as well.
I can see more people talking, a lot more socializing going on. And I like that. I feel like that helps a lot more people get to know each other and build a little bit of a better unity in the community, I guess.
It's definitely a place that you should bring your dog. There are benches for people to sit down on, which is a nice improvement from last year whenever we just sat on the ground There are water fountains for the dogs, and it's just a place for the dogs to get their energy out and really socialize with other dogs.
All dogs are welcome to the dog park, and whether you have a dog or not, the Stillwagon Dog Park is just off the beaten path towards a stress-free outlet. For Pete's Corner, I'm Grant Yoder.
Yeah, you're cute.
Stillwagon Dog Park is located at 801 West 11th Avenue. It's a great place for your pooch to get out and socialize or just sniff around. Did you know that the settlement of Stillwater dates back to before the land run in 1889? The settlement grew quickly. By the time Oklahoma was granted statehood, Stillwater was home to several banks, churches, stores, and hotels. Though you'd need a time machine to actually go back and meet them, there's a museum in town that's keeping those pioneer stories alive.
History is all around us, and lucky for Stillwater residents, you don't have to travel far to learn more about it. Located at the intersection of 7th and Duncan, just a few blocks from downtown, is the Shearer Museum of Stillwater History. The museum has been educating its visitors since its doors opened in 1974.
The Shearer Museum of Stillwater History is dedicated to collecting, preserving, and presenting Stillwater's history and culture.
The Shearer is housed inside a piece of history itself. The building was constructed in 1928 and was originally Stillwater's first Church of Christ Scientist. The congregation called the building home until deciding to build a new place in another part of town in the late 60s. The old building wasn't empty for long.
The Arts and Humanities Council of Stillwater at the time was looking for a place to have a cultural center and to have a museum.
With the help of a generous $25,000 donation from Mr. and Mrs. Leonard Shearer, whom the museum is now named after, and fundraising by the community, the old church was purchased and renovated into the museum. Admission to the Shearer is free, and all guests are invited to get involved. Well, howdy, miss. One way for visitors to be a part of the museum is by taking advantage of its large auditorium located on the upper floor. Mostly used for music recitals, the auditorium has held anything and everything, from plays to weddings to sorority initiations, and even a few more cultural events.
We have a group of Irish dancers who do their recitals. That gets really entertaining and loud.
There are also a few hands-on exhibits around the museum, including costumes and old toys and games for the kids to try. Other exhibits include an array of everything Stillwater related, including OSU and Stillwater High School. An upcoming exhibit will cover Stillwater's relationship with its sister city, Kamioka, Japan, which even has its own version of Old Central. Other cities can imitate, but as the Shearer clearly demonstrates, there really is nothing quite like Stillwater. For Pete's Corner, I'm Nate Belt.
If you're interested in learning more about Stillwater's legacy, the Shearer Museum is open Tuesday through Friday, 11 to 5 p.m., and on weekdays from 1 to 4. You know, speaking of the frontier, I can think of another place that involves the frontier. It's my favorite place to get rolling, Frontier Lanes. Let's go.
With the new hype of mojos around town, everyone knows there's bowling in Stillwater. But did you know there's a 16-lane bowling alley just off the beaten path? Frontier Lanes has been around for years and is located at 3524 North Washington Street. It offers birthday parties, bowling practice, and even a great place for date nights. You won't strike out if you bring someone here, but hey, you might not want to be pinned down anyway.
Yeah, this is actually my third time. It's a great place to bring girls on dates, but I'm actually here with the guys right now, so I think it's my turn. I gotta go.
The facilities include arcade games, food, lockers, and all the equipment that you need to play.
No matter your skill level, you're bound to have a ball. Looks like I could use some work.
Bumpers are available for the kiddos or inexperienced bowlers like me. Practice makes perfect, and some of the regulars can give you a few pointers.
We come probably 4 or 5 times a week, and she bowls in a league, and she just got started, and so I'm her coach.
Frontier Lanes offers an escape for him and many others. Everyone has their favorite memory.
Well, sometimes with my dad, when he has bowling games and I'm with him, he takes me and I watch him bowl.
The afternoon is a great time to come bowl leisurely, and at night, it's a social scene. Monday nights offer a game and shoes for only $2, and Wednesday night means unlimited bowling for $10 a person.
We have games for the children, and we have a bunch of leagues with different skill levels.
If you have some time to spare, take advantage of all the bowling that Stillwater has to offer. For Pete's Corner, I'm Julia Vimbrook.
I love Frontier Lanes. I've been going there as long as I can remember. I even learned how to hustle pool there when I was... You know what? Never mind. Let's move on. The food truck scene in Stillwater has exploded within the past year. We have more options than ever being driven around just waiting for you to try. We even have some stranger options that you wouldn't necessarily think of with mobile food.
Adventures around Stillwater lead students to grand rewards, and food is no stranger to mystery. Food trucks all over Stillwater allow students and citizens to partake in varying food choices, like here at Kim's Vietnamese Cuisine. Kim's Vietnamese Cuisine has been in Stillwater for over 3 years and can be found parked on Duck Street just east of campus. Owners Stanley Rains and Kim Tran say that the idea for the food truck came from a problem they both faced.
We get laid off, so we don't want to feel responsible for anybody else. So that's why we decided the food truck. And that thing, food truck was really popular at then.
Kim and Stanley both met at a factory facing closure, so they decided to create the food truck you see here.
We both were factory workers. Factories tend to close. And we needed something to do till our retirement.
Kim and Stanley can be found just east of campus on Duck Street and are open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 7. But there's plenty of other options around Stillwater, such as Cafe Bella.
Food trucks in Stillwater, how sweet.
Cafe Bella serves a different kind of food, all Mediterranean with a few blends for a home touch. Connor Chappelle, a worker at Cafe Bella, told me about the fan favorites.
Fan favorites would probably have to be either a Gyro taco or a Philly Gyro, just kind of a twist on American and Mexican kind of culture.
And while I can't cover every other food truck in Stillwater, there's certainly more than the two I've told you about today. For Pete's Corner, I'm Colton Gamble.
Why drive all over town looking for food when the food can drive all over town looking for you? You know, the other day, my friend said, hey, let's go to this party. I know this cool house party going on. I said, I don't want to go to a house party. House parties are lame. These days, the place I'm going to party is a big old barn.
Some people say Stillwater is the perfect place to spend your college career. It's laid back, friendly, and between the football games and classes, there's a lot happening. But many people don't know about all the places that have the party going on. One place in particular, White Barn Estates, has more than enough to offer.
I mean, a big thing is it's just absolutely beautiful out here. I mean, and then just it's family oriented. People just still don't even know this is out here, which really blows my mind.
This age-old barn has been around for over 100 years and is finally undergoing a management makeover. Jerry Payne took over as general manager in January, and he has countless ideas on how to expand this Stillwater Country Club.
We still talk and kind of dream about the things we want to do to expand this, but I think the possibilities out here are limitless.
The estate has everything from a restaurant, a golf course, to bumper cars, and a pavilion for indoor events.
They also hold concerts, weddings, and parties. Even students have a way to get involved with their luxury living duplexes that include access to the estate's benefits.
I've lived here since June, so about 5 months now, I guess. So, I mean, it's really anything a college kid could want. Probably one of the best places in Stillwater.
And anything that a college student could want is exactly what White Barn intends to be.
We do get a lot of college kids that come out as groups and they do the mini course, and they're able to play volleyball.
Payne is currently planning a concert for next spring to bring in publicity for White Barn.
Eventually, we want to redo the bumper boat pond and put a cantina out there, and then big long term is an amphitheater and a water park.
And as for Stillwater, you'll just have to check it out and see for yourself. For Pete's Corner, I'm Allie Hill.
White Barn is open 7 days a week. You can schedule your event at www.whitebarnestates.com. No tour of Stillwater would be complete without a visit to one of the city's most iconic staples, Boomer Lake. Completed in 1925, it's almost as old as the state of Oklahoma. As a fishing hole, reservoir, and event center, this cornerstone of Stillwater Parks and Recreation serves her city well.
Fluorescent lights and 12-point font getting you down? Take a break from that essay and bolt on over to Boomer Lake, where you can bike around, take a dip, or simply paddle away.
Well, now they have the kayaking thing. That's awesome. I've never kayaked there, but I think that would be awesome. I would definitely kayak there sometime.
If you're tired of the track and you're ready to take your running outdoors, Boomer is the place for you.
Boomer Lake is home to Stillwater's finest 5Ks every year. They have plenty of free places to quench your thirst after the run.
It was the first 5K and the only 5K I've ever done because I wasn't interested in them. But she talked me into doing it, and I spent more time smacking her with the chalk paint than I did probably running.
Like Daniel and Cassie, many have shared some of their most prized moments at the lake. From 5Ks to first dates, it is the perfect place to make lasting memories. From proposals to playgrounds, the lake has something for all ages.
Literally all of my childhood memories involve Boomer Lake in one way or the other.
The city of Stillwater maintains Boomer Lake well, so that people like Gabby and Daniel can enjoy it for years to come.
They've really just decided to I think, invest more in there and make it really a staple for the Stillwater community. So I think they've added a lot of, put a lot of investment in that place.
Come have a blast at Boomer, where you can park the car, take a seat, take a dip, soak up the sun, or simply stroll.
We've touched on just but a few of the many, many things to do in the Stillwater area. Our city is so diverse and rich in history that many people arriving in Stillwater for the first time are surprised at all that our city has to offer. From recreational sports to our many dining options to hanging out in a barn, Stillwater has something to fit just about anyone's speed. Now, I gotta get back to class, guys. For Pete's Corner, I'm Zach Furman.